Hello and a very warm welcome to all my YouTube followers. Obviously this is the second video now, so I'm just trying to get into the swing of things. I'm just going to start off today and explain the concept of the mentoring program and why I started to go into the field of teaching. Now I'll just read a quote from Aristotle. Those who know do, those that understand teach. So a lot of wisdom in that. Now I can assure you it wasn't something that I had in mind, nor was it something that I intended to do until I was repeatedly asked by my followers. As you'll appreciate, if you're nailing 200 points a week, why spend time teaching? It just doesn't make sense at all. It didn't make sense to me. Obviously I was doing pretty well and I wanted to continue trading and do something that I love to do rather than wasting time teaching. But I'll explain some of the reasons why I went into teaching and obviously why we're here today. Now, the first one obviously was the fact that I was sick and tired of hearing sad stories about people losing their wives, property, life savings due to irrational decisions. Obviously, revenge trading, over leveraging, eventually led to their trading accounts being annihilated, should we say. Now, the amount of emails that I got regarding people losing 100k, 200k, a million, I could honestly write a book. So it was about time I did something. So that's one of the reasons. Now the second reason was always hearing stories about fraudsters, scammers, charlatans. These people are obviously wolves in sheep's clothing, taking advantage of innocent traders that are vulnerable, obviously vulnerable to large losses. Now some of these clowns out there were using moving averages, moving MA crossovers to send out signals. I mean, come on. It's only until you put a viable alternative out there that you can shut these people down. So that was one of the reasons. Now the third reason, obviously, too many Blue Peter courses out there. Here's one I did earlier. You know, anybody can give you a setup or the perfect H&S setup, head and shoulder setup, or a symmetrical wedge breakout. Now anybody can give you that setup and claim and that you could do that as well yourself, etc., etc., and sell that course to you. So these setups obviously don't materialize in real-time trading. You could get a fake out, the market could reverse in the opposite direction. How do you react, etc., etc. So, and a lot of these courses out there, not only the Blue Peter courses that I like to call, they don't provide any ongoing support and encouragement, no psychological support, no long-lasting relationships. These individuals want to sell the course and just obviously disappear into thin air because they themselves don't trade. So that was one of the real bugbears for me. Obviously the fourth one is a quote by Phil Collins: "In learning you will teach, and in teaching you will learn." Now the wisdom behind that is that it helps you to stay humble. So if you teach individuals or you teach students, you always go back to the basic principles of trading, which are very, very important for you to refresh and renew each day or each week, so that you actually have the ability to go back and not make mistakes yourself. Because as you all know, once you have a successful week, your ego can take over, and then you start to over leverage, you start making rational decisions, you take on too much risk, you don't adhere to good money management, you don't observe your process, you sort of stray away from your trading strategy because of the emotional roller coaster. It could be a FOMC week, could be an NFP day. So it's very, very important for you to go back to the principles, and if you can teach individuals those principles, then that's something that you can go back to every day and redress any wrongs that you're doing. And it's like checking yourself as well. Number 5, obviously the overwhelming demand from followers, and also the instruction obviously by teachers to go ahead and teach, obviously namely in the Analysis.com was one of them, and a few other teachers that I had in the past. So it's very, very important that I thought for myself to obviously get involved and then start to help individuals rather than them obviously struggling, hearing all these sad stories, so on and so forth. So details of the mentoring program are on my website, obviously intermarketanalysis.com, inter-market-analysis.com. Now what I tend to do with individuals is I sort of explain the mentoring program is like learning how to drive. So as an individual you have to do a theory test first, which is your mentoring program, and then you have to do the practical test, which is a live analysis service, which I'll explain and elaborate in a different video. Now basically The actual mentoring program is taught on a one-to-one basis via Skype. I utilise a screen sharing function that allows me to go through each lesson and obviously teach the material that I tend to do, which is catered and tailored towards each individual, given his weaknesses and strengths. Now the course itself lasts for 4 weeks, usually 2 sessions a week. Each lesson could range between 60 to 90 minutes. Now obviously I teach the concept of technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and also in order to help them understand the theory and the science of intermarket analysis as well, giving them exercises, staying in touch 24/7 via Skype or whether it's messaging, and eventually when they obviously learn the theory, then the next step is obviously going and trading in real time on the live analysis service until they are confident enough to become independent traders. Now I've taught a lot of individuals in the past, I mean intermediate, novice, even professional traders as well, so feel free. I mean, even some of the individuals that I've taught I still speak to till this very day, and we still have a relationship, and they're doing very well, they're very successful. Some of them have gone on obviously to go and create their own websites and create their own followers and so on and so forth, and obviously going to work for hedge funds, etc, etc. So you're more than welcome to obviously come and join in on the website as well, and you're more than welcome to obviously be part of the mentoring program, and hopefully that will benefit yourself. Okay, and always remember, I always tell people a quote by William Arthur Ward: "The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires." Goodbye.